Hi, I'm Becky, and I just love spending time in Moortown Park. In this short film, you'll see how the park has supported our local community's physical and emotional well-being during COVID and the lockdowns.
I come here about 2-3 times a week.
It was somewhere to come out to get a breath of fresh air.
During the first lockdown in particular, we spent it every day here.
When we felt really trapped, we knew we'd got this little oasis here and we could have a walk.
I like the park because it's not too busy. It's mainly used by local people, especially during the pandemic. You didn't feel like you were going to be in confined spaces with anybody.
And it's nice to see that there were some rules on how many people would use facilities and equipment.
Because we're more vulnerable, I think that's why we were more scared.
We were really quite cautious. We were shielding. If we walked past anybody, we'd give them a massive wide berth.
At first, like everybody, we didn't feel safe going anywhere because we just lost 2 friends to it, which was scary. I found it hard with John having Parkinson's. It was really hard. He didn't even want to go out the door.
I very much follow the science, and vulnerable people who tend to have weaker immune systems, the vaccine works less well in them. So it's important that everybody else who will have a strong vaccine response gets a vaccine to help protect the more vulnerable.
I've had both vaccinations a long time ago, and I feel very safe in the outdoors.
Part of the guidance was we had to shut our residence lounge so at least they could take a walk out to the park, interact at a safe distance, and something to do.
We started coming to the park as the Wren Bakery in September last year, and of course at that time COVID was at its height. But the park felt a really safe place to be, and we followed all the COVID guidelines.
Everybody here, including myself, has been double vaccinated, and it does worry people that some people aren't considering even having the jab.
I was a bit more worried earlier on, but now that we're all vaccinated, I feel a lot more comfortable.
Part of me was scared to have it. It sounds really silly, but I knew deep down I needed to do it. I needed to have it, otherwise we'll possibly not get through it even.
It's a community issue, so the more people get vaccinated, the better it is for everybody.
I'm a scientist, so obviously the science says you should get vaccinated, so I follow the data, and the data says we want to prevent serious disease and illness and death. That's the best way to protect you and everyone you know.
It was a no-brainer for me. It's the best thing to do to protect everybody.
People dying from it, but without the injections, I think more people would die.
I don't think it was ever a question. As soon as I was able to get the vaccination, I got it. It makes me feel a little bit safer when I'm out and about, not necessarily outside but indoors.
And I think during this really difficult time of COVID, it's just been fantastic to see the benefits that parks can bring to people.
In times of the pandemic, where people have been isolated for so long, it's imperative that people bond with other people again.
There's some kids who are working on the litter at the moment, and people like me who are also, doing what they can.
And being that part of an active community is extremely good for mental health.
I think it's just good for community spirit, community morale, and it's nice to see the place clean and you're not worried about your child picking up something that they shouldn't.
Although Friends of Moortown Park hasn't been able to carry out as much volunteering activity during the pandemic, we have remained the point of connection for anyone who really cares about the future of the park, which is a fabulous resource for the whole community.
And also, obviously, if you're volunteering in the community setting, you're able to contribute to your local community and the development of it as a healthy place to live and a happy place to live.
For more information on Moortown Park and for up-to-date COVID guidance, please visit the links below.